Hey guys, it's time to be nice. Hagglefish Market is awesome. A large flat stage based in, as the name suggests, a market. The stage ties into this theming through the use of tarpaulin roofs for longer range weapons to stand on, and boxes, purely there to shove out the way. There are actual flanks in this stage, and other modes only add to the routes. Ways to shark and take advantage of the geometry in the areas, snipe points with weaknesses and workarounds for other players. The few problems there are the lack of paintable walls and the lack of cover in mid, but it's by no means a deal breaker. Turf War on Hagglefish is a nice time. The spawn area is a nice wide place to paint. The routes into mid go down both flanks, into mid directly, and onto the roof for a backline position. You have to be alert to the side routes at all times, because at some point someone's going to pop up and wreak havoc everywhere if you aren't careful, or you could become that person yourself. The one thing that isn't advisable to do is, in an even state, to push directly through mid. Mid becomes a minor choke point that is very open and only very easy to push through with specials. The entry into the spawn areas are very good. You can retreat into the right side through the use of the sponge, and both the defenders and attackers can enter using the ramp. Once multiple attackers are in the enemy base, it's quite difficult to remove them due to the large open spawn area with a route to the side allowing them a quick exit if they find themselves pushed back. The roof that longer range weapons can stand on is very well designed, allowing a good sightline over the stage, but having no cover to hide from people attacking you. What you would normally do is swim away in this situation. However, the roof is uninkable, so if you need to swim away or refill ink, you have to retreat. Turf War isn't the greatest mode on Hagglefish, but it's still very enjoyable. Splat zones. The zone is in mid, surprising I know. Capping the zone at any point during the battle is quite a struggle, because it's solely about paint and not splats, because if you push forwards, the 4 players shooting at the zone will turn their attention to you, making it a 3v4 paint battle instead. The side flank helps tremendously for this issue, allowing a push from 2 sides to help clear people out from behind the zone. These flanks are visible on one side by the back line, and vulnerable on the other side due to the jump needed to get there to help balance it out more. Once a team does get an advantage, the map can start to lock out unfortunately. The slight trough the map has just before the zone can be difficult to push past to retake, although the perch and the blocks of cover help, and in a really lopsided match you can be spawn camped, although even then I've managed to push out of such situations before using the right specials. Splat zones on Hagglefish Market was the first ranked mode I ever played, way back in the distant time of 10 months ago, and has remained one of my favourites ever since, despite its few flaws. Rainmaker. Hagglefish Rainmaker is cool. The stage is more open in this mode, opening the right route out of spawn up, putting a checkpoint there and having it be slightly closer to the goal to make up for the thin path you have to take, as opposed to the larger path for the more straightforward checkpoint. Shield Pop gives that team a lot of paint, and possibly splats if the other team is pushed up too far. From there, if mid is relatively clear and your team are pushing up before you, it's more useful to go to the right checkpoint, where, after you've dunked the Rainmaker on it, you can take a jump from the pedestal to spawn, skipping the ramp completely and giving you a nice large area to move in. The left checkpoint is useful for stalling points in the alcoves near it, and also for sneaking the Rainmaker to it if mid is too heavily guarded. Hagglefish Rainmaker is a very fast-paced map mode, and I love it for that. Tower control. Spooky attacking special advantage. Ooh. Yeah, I really don't like tower control that much. So, to stop my bias from ruining my very positive video, here's an interview with my good pal and teammate Delta. Both people will be voiced by me. What is your overall opinion on Hagglefish Market tower control? Tower control Hagglefish is quite good in my opinion. I don't like it as much as others because I usually struggle on defense. Like after the first checkpoint I tend to find it difficult to get to the tower because the right route out of spawn lands you really far away from the tower, which pushes to the opposite side at the start of the match. I do like mid a lot. It's great because you can go both through the sides and mid, so overall it's good. I just struggle on defense. What a great guy, am I right? Shout out Delta. Anyway, on to Clan Blitz. Yeah, I like this a lot. Many points of movement around the map, The side path from Rainmaker becomes a solo queue brush paradise, allowing you to flank behind enemy lines for sneaky pushes. Mid still has flanks around, and with the addition of the clams in mid actually helps with the stalling problem slightly more. The constant flanks from the back and sides of the map is a really weird thing to experience, because most of the other maps are boxed in and the only way to basket is through brute force. Pushes in this map mode don't snowball quite as much as other maps. Normally teams get 30 or so, and the push fizzles out, due to the placement of the clam basket and the length of mid not allowing for too many clams to be collected. And while one of the team members goes back to collect clams, it's a 3v4 with a height and special disadvantage. This balances the mode out really nicely. The ramp just before the clam basket is nice to move on. The railings allow you to swim through it, but not walk through it, so you can't get clams in too quickly. The routes don't just stop at the ramp and the side route though, because you can take an inkable wall up onto the roof and score from there. It's a really nice addition and stops the entrances from being camped at all times, because as soon as one push is stopped, another can start on a different route. The ink rail that leads up to the roof is also a welcome addition for movement. Hagglefish Clams is a very nice map mode. You can never let your guard down, even in an even situation in mid, because you never know who's hiding in your walls, ready to spam this way and get a power clam jump. Wowie zowie. I really like Hagglefish Market. I can't wait for them to do tricolour on the map, because that would be very nice and cool and epic, and I would like it a lot. Please, I'm begging you, pretty please, with a cherry on top. Okay, bye.